Brought to you by No Toil. If you guys haven't checked out the products they make for air filter service, go check it out. Rad stuff. The boys at No Toil do an awesome job. Our question this week comes from Brian James, and he says, "Hey Ping, trying to figure out what's going on with you and Ken Roczen. He borrowed your bike at Red Bull Straight Rhythm this year, and everything seemed to be fine. Then, in the weeks that followed, there was drama between both of you, and each of you has lashed out at each other at one point or another. What's going on? Question mark. So I've not said anything about this because I hoped it would kind of just work itself out, but it isn't. And so I'll tell you exactly what happened. I had a YZ250 that Pro Circuit had done. It was awesome. The thing was a monster. And I told Jeremy at Red Bull, I said, hey, if anybody needs a bike for Straight Rhythm, I'd love to see someone on it. I was thinking Colt Nichols because he was coming off Yamahas at the time. He says, all right, let me see. He calls me back a week later. Hey, Ken Roczen needs a bike. He wants to ride a Yamaha. Could he use it? I said, absolutely. Been a fan of Kenny's riding. He's one of the most technically dialed in dudes on a bike. I love watching him ride. Amazing rider. So of course, called Mitch. Mitch got on board. Mitch, Bones, and Schneike were 100% in, which anytime they commit to something, they're in 100%. One of the things I love about them. They went through the bike, made sure it was ready. And listen, I don't have a lot of time, all right? I got 3 jobs, a wife and 2 kids that I like to spend time with. And this thing took a lot of my time. I had to track down a spare bike from Yamaha for parts, 2 sets of spare wheels from W. SKDA designed the graphics. David Bailey helped with that. I'm going back between SKDA and where they got printed over here because we were short of time. The plastics all got painted up in Santa Barbara. I had to coordinate getting those down here. I'm coordinating test days. I'm talking to the mechanic. Hey, what bars and grips does he like? Hey, when can we test? I'm making sure Ken knows who these guys are that are going to be working with him and he's comfortable. There was a lot of work that went into it. Okay. And I just say that because what happened after that weekend really bummed me out. We did the test day. Ken was not super talkative, which is fine. I kind of tried to just leave him alone. I know he's got a lot going on. We did the test day. We posted a bunch of content. He never liked or reposted any of it, which I thought, oh, that's a little strange, but whatever. Race day comes. Again, more content we put up, more photos, more videos. I go over at the beginning of the day, just say, hey, dude, good luck. Have fun. Leave him alone. And he does great. Had a blast watching that whole event. It was super fun. The bike worked great. Pro Circuit was awesome. And it wasn't like I was looking for anything out of him. If you don't want to repost our stuff, it's fine. He was reposting other media outlets' content, which just seemed weird. Maybe, whatever the reason is. But at the end of that day, he couldn't even come over and shake my hand and say thank you. Never thanked me for letting him use that bike. For all of the work that I did getting that stuff ready and organizing it. Thanked Mitch, thanked Red Bull, thanked Fox, thanked all these people, never once us. And he got called out on one of his social media pages about it, and they deleted it. So I don't know what his problem is, but that's narcissistic asshole stuff, right? And I don't care. I don't like people or dislike people based on the way they ride. I've seen a lot of good riders, okay? And frankly, Ken Roczen and I have the same number of Supercross championships. So I'm not impressed. I like someone or dislike someone based on their character. And when you aren't man enough to come over and just shake my hand and say, hey, thanks for letting me use that bike. Whether you like me or dislike me, I don't care, that's just common courtesy. And he doesn't have it. And I shouldn't probably be surprised from a guy who thanks himself on the podium and puts up TikTok videos of his calves on his social media pages. So that's where it's at. I've lost all respect for the guy and end of story. So is what it is. That's why the back and forth, and this will be the last you hear of it from me. I don't really care to talk about it anymore, but I get asked a lot about what happened, what went on, and that was it. So, hey, have a great weekend, everybody. As always, we appreciate the support.